Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 816 Outdoors. Today we are going to do our very first faith-based video. Now this is something I haven't done before and I'm curious to see how it works out. I want you guys to comment down below what you think and see if you want another one. This episode revolves around a story that happened last week while I was fishing. The story happened in my Finding a Hidden Pond video, which I'll link down below for you guys to check out. So last week I was going fishing, I was trying to find a spot, but everywhere was full. There were so many people everywhere, and I didn't want to be around people with all this coronavirus stuff, so I parked my car and found a new spot. Now, this spot I'd been to before. I'd hiked back there a little bit, but not a ton. Definitely not as far as I went this time. It's basically a big open field with some tall grass. Now, me being the smart person that I am, I was wearing sandals and shorts. Probably not the best idea, but it's okay. It all worked out. Anyways, against all common sense, I parked Guadalupe. That's my car's name. 2013 Honda Civic. Best car ever. Definitely recommend if you guys are looking for one. And I started my journey. So I start my journey down to the water, which I'd never been before, and start to realize, okay, this is going to be a little bit more troublesome than I originally thought. I thought about turning back, but then I was like, no, you guys want to see this content. It's going to be cool. Hopefully we're going to catch some fish in this backwoods hidden pond. It's going to be great. So I kept going all the way down to the pond. Anyways, I fished the pond, didn't have very much luck. It was really dirty, water clarity was bad. Then I fished a little bit along the lake and didn't catch anything there as well. So this is where I ended the video and decided to head back. Now, I didn't get any of this on camera because I turned my camera off. I was like, okay, the video's done. There's nothing more to film. I'm just gonna walk back. You guys don't want to see that. 3 steps into my journey, something starts moving in the grass. I'm like, okay, I don't want to mess with anything moving in the grass. I jump back all the way to the water and I'm like, I'm gonna figure this out. So standing on the edge of the bank, I'm like, okay, how can I do this? I had a couple of options. One, I could try to walk around the pond and just go that way, but I was on a time constraint and didn't really have enough time to walk all the way around and then head up. My next idea was swim across the lake and walk on the road. Probably a bad idea because it's a busy road and don't want to swim across the lake because it's cold. Last idea, one I went with, ignore it, go straight through into the car. So I got past that area, walked past the pond, out into an open field, and I was like, okay, we are good. I am wide open, straight to the car, no more issues, we're fine. I started to pay less attention to every step that I was making and focus more on the end goal. I gotta get to the car. And by this time, I'm like, okay, I have to hurry up because I have somewhere to be. I put my head down and I just start walking. And then it comes back in my head, what would happen if you guys bit by a snake out here? I'm like, well, I'm all alone. I'm wearing sandals. I'm wearing shorts. Probably isn't good. I don't have anything on me to treat a snake bite. So it starts coming back in my head again. I'm like, okay, maybe this isn't a good idea. I start being a little bit more cautious, focusing on where I'm putting my foot every step. Once again, talk myself out of it. I'm like, okay, we're fine. Just gotta get to the car. Started focusing less on that and kept going. So I was walking through the short grass, which wasn't really short. It was up to my shins. But compared to the other grass that was up to my hips, I would say it was short grass. So I picked up my pace. I look down, there's a snake at my feet. There's like 5-foot snake that's 2 or 3 inches thick. I jump and scream. I'm like, ah! Like a little baby. Looking back, it probably would have been hilarious. I don't know what kind of snake it was. It wasn't poisonous, I know that for sure. It was black, but still, I didn't want to mess. It just slithered away and acted like nothing happened. And meanwhile, I'm over here freaking out. So at this point, I'm trying to figure out a way to get through. And for some reason, Philippians 4:13 popped in my head. That's like my life verse. I love that. I don't know what the actual words are, but my interpretation is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But then I was like, yeah, but Jesus isn't right here next to me with a shotgun ready to shoot at any snakes that come to get me. So, once again, still didn't feel like I had much strength and a long way to go. So I continued to walk, focusing on every step. Then another verse popped in my head. And this one really freaked me out because I don't know this verse. So I don't have very many verses memorized, and this one pops in my head, and I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on here? And it's Psalm 23:4. It says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. And I was like, okay, God, I get the message. You're here, you got my back, we're good to go. Now, I realized that I wasn't in a valley. There wasn't really a shadow of death. But to me, that snake seemed pretty evil. I decided I probably shouldn't fear it. God has my back. And once I realized that, it really wasn't that bad. The rest of the time, I was comforted. I knew that I had someone there with me, alongside me. Maybe not actually, because it would have been nice to have Jesus right there with a shotgun still, but that didn't happen. But I felt comfortable. I walked all the way back over some rocks, which kind of freaked me out because, you know, it was warm, it was sunny. Snakes like to be on the rock. But anyway, it was fine. I kept going. Now, when I got to the car, I was like, wow, that was crazy. I need to make a video and share this. And I was like, oh, wow, that was crazy. It took way longer than I should have. I'm going to be late for dinner, so I had to head home. But it's probably good that I waited. That night, the rest of the next day, I was like, okay, what message am I going to share with this? My overall message from this is that there's a lot of other things to be worried about. And people are worried about a lot of things. Maybe it's the coronavirus. Maybe it's grades. Maybe it's something at home. There's a lot of things to be worried about. But God always has our back. So if we put some of that worry to God and talk to Him about it, He can help us out. So sometimes it just feels like the whole world is against you and there's nothing you can do about it. That's probably right. There's nothing you can do about it. But you pray to God, He'll help you out in some way. You may not realize it until later. He'll definitely help you out. So thank you guys so much for listening to this story. I hope this message made an impact on you and inspires you to let go of some fear that's holding you back. Feel free to leave any comments down below. Catch you all on another episode of 816 Outdoors. God bless.